Wow, it's the first time me filming a video where my hair is not in a bun. Look who's out of their comfort zone. Good morning, y'all. It's finally Minimalistic Monday again, and if you see me sweating, it's because my AC just went out, and it's currently 85 degrees in my room, and I'm thriving. So the noise in the back is a fan, probably. So this week we're going to be talking about how to get your parents on board to want to do this with you. And having your parents' support is probably one of the biggest things you need, because you can't really do it unless they help you, you know? And I'm actually going to have my mom come in a little bit later to talk about her perspective from it, because she is such a big support group in my life, and to be able to do this, she supports me, and like, I'm so blessed to be able to say that my mom is fully supportive of what I do. So, I have 3 general things that I want to go over, and the first one is that if you're going to switch to this lifestyle, you have to be willing to do a lot of research. You know, you can't just go to the store and expect it to say plastic free, 0 waste. Like, it doesn't work like that. Like, you have to do your research. Now, when you do your research, you want to look up places, that are supportive. You want to look up places near your city. You know, if you live in a metropolitan area, it's a lot easier because it's more open to that. If you live in the countryside, it's going to be pretty hard. If you live in a big city, it's probably going to be easier to find at least 1 or 2 stores that are switching over to this lifestyle as well. And you want to not only look up places to buy food, brands that are 0 waste, which is super hard. Literally yesterday I started crying in the supermarket because I just found my first company who has cheese in glass bottles. I was so happy because I love cheese, and cheese is always wrapped in plastics, and the fact that I found a brand finally, I was really happy. So you have to really be looking. You have to make a list. I have a list on my notes, and it basically explains everything that I need and what I have and what companies to buy from. And sometimes you do have to buy online, and that's okay if that's your last resort. And the thing about research is sometimes you'll find the results, but they won't be suitable for your lifestyle. You'll find the product you need, but it's like $200. Like, sometimes you have to be realistic. If the product you desperately need to function and live is not 0 waste, that's okay. You know, my mom and I are both on medication, and our medicine is in plastic, but we can't ask the doctor, hey, can you put this in a glass bottle? Like, that's just how the prescription comes. So, some things you have to be able to fit it in with the real world, I guess you could say. And the second thing is, you have to be willing to show them that this is important to you. If you show them that this is what you want, I'm pretty sure your parents are going to support you. Because at the end of the day, most parents, they want their kids happy. So if you're like, Mom, this is really what I want to do, this is going to help me become a better person, and you continue to, tell her and tell her and tell her, or him, or whoever your parent/guardian is, the person raising you, if you're showing them how important this is to you, they're gonna eventually be like, I want to do this for them. If you show that this is what you want, and it might not be overnight, do not expect it to be overnight. It took my mom and I 5 months to actually commit that we were going to do this. 5 months of research, and hey, is this even possible? Is this realistic? And actually, it's a lot easier. But those first few times, it's not going to work. They're going to be like, no, come talk to me another time. This isn't realistic. It's too expensive. We don't have the money for this. But you have to be persistent. You really do. Like, it's such a big deal. When parents see that their kids want to do something, you need to be able to show them that this is important to you. And the last tip I have is that show them the math, that it's cost effective. Money is important. Money is so important. Parents, especially when they're raising kids, fun fact, it takes over $500,000 to raise one kid. So money is so important. You need to show them the math. Yes, it is expensive starting to buy those new things, but you only buy them once because you continue to use them. Plastic breaks. It is not good for the environment, and you continuously have to build it. You continually have to buy it. For example, plastic toothbrushes. Every single plastic toothbrush that has ever been made since its invention is still on Earth because it takes 450 years to 500 years to decompose. And you can switch out little things like that, your toothbrush, to a bamboo one. Now, granted, if you have, if you need an electric one for whatever medical reason, okay. You can't, it's what has to happen. But if you're just an average person like myself and you just use your toothbrush, switch over to a bamboo one. Or you need Q-tips, to clean your ears, do your makeup, whatever. Instead of using the ones that have the traditional plastic, use one that has paper or cardboard or something decomposable in the middle. They do sell that. Yes, it's 50 cents more, but it's 50 cents more for 50 more years on this planet. I know it looks expensive, but sometimes it's worth it to be able to say that you're doing the right thing. And switching over to this lifestyle, yes, it's expensive at first, but the feeling you get inside, whenever I go shopping and I know I'm buying stuff that will not hurt the planet, I feel good inside. It makes me feel like I'm doing something right. Instead of looking around and seeing all these people creating so much waste, it feels good that I know that I'm not a part of that. That I've decided to take a step forward into making, these changes for a better purpose. And when you show your parents that, hey, this is cheaper, it's cost effective, that's gonna be your final weapon. You're like, Mom, this is realistic, I really want to do this. You do the research, and then you go, Mom, it's cheaper to do it. And that'll really make them start thinking, because that was definitely a turning point for my mom, because she would look up alternatives, not looking in the right places. You need to know where to look. She would look for alternatives, and she's like, Alexa, why would we spend $200 on a juicer when they have glass ones at Goodwill? They have glass good ones at the dollar store. Don't just look at Google, because the first thing that will pop up is not the best one, and it's not the cheapest one. I guarantee it. You need to be able to sit down. You need to be willing to sit down and research and know where to look. Thrift stores, dollar stores, glassware is cheaper than you think, I promise. You don't want to buy a pack of mason jars at Walmart? Go to the Dollar Tree. They sell mason jars individually, and Walmart sells the lids. And it's actually, so much cheaper. I 100% guarantee it. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for, I already know. Here is my mom giving some insight from a parent's point of view. So you can really see that this is me telling you how I feel. Now, this is a parent, my mom. Not scripted. This is her point of view. So please welcome my mom. Good morning, y'all. Here's my mom, and she's gonna put in her perspective, as a parent, how to get on board and what's most important. So go ahead.
Okay. The first thing that I would tell the other parents out there is, if it's important to your children, it should be important to you. Our kids are the future, and we need them to be focused on what's good in the world and how to make a change for the better. That said, it's not easy to make changes, and I kind of dig my heels in every once in a while. But Alexa's pretty good at pointing out that our generation, while not solely responsible, is definitely partially responsible for the problems in this world with the earth. So we have a responsibility to do what we can to help fix it. So what's important to you is important to me. And I'd rather have you focused on good. So anything that I can do to help this journey along the way and make us both more minimalistic and less stressful in our lives is a win. So
any advice?
Lord have mercy. Take it a day at a time. Don't get discouraged. Don't expect everything's going to change overnight. Listen to your kids.
Be willing to work together as a team rather than like versus each other.
Well, sure, you both have to be on board for a common goal for this to have any chance of succeeding.
Definitely.
So.
And it's not like me versus you. It's it's not who can do it better. It's we're going to do it together.
Oh yeah, fighting doesn't make a winner.
Yeah, and especially when kids want to fight because their parents don't listen, like don't
Well, and I think that the parents are doing the kids, especially kids your age, a disservice by not listening, because your generation is the next generation.
Yeah.
And if we don't listen to what you have to say,
exactly,
there might not be another generation. So we need to take care of Mother Earth and try and reverse the damage that we've done. And I'm looking forward to a less stressful life, and I think that being more of a minimalist will enable that stress level to lower, which any parent of teenagers, especially teenage girls, will know it's a good thing. So that's my nickel's worth.
Okay. Say bye, Mom.
Bye, Mom.
So you've heard her point of view, and you see how there are parents that are supportive and that you need to they are willing to support you. You need to be willing to just give your mom or parent out, dad, whoever, a hand and just do this journey with them. So our phrase of the week is, let's make progress. I can't wait to see you guys next week. This has been Minimalistic Monday. Have a great week.